Hi beauties, welcome to another video from the Paper Moon Lady. As you could see, I'm preparing a cover, back and front cover for a new art journal. And the front cover, I thought about maybe making a door. Just have to think about how can I put it on there to be opened and closed. But there might be a good idea to have a door. And here we have mixed media paper, 250 GSM. But what is it gonna be? What is gonna be? Here she is, Georgia O'Keeffe, my all-time ever most favorite artist. And I adore her so much. She is to me everything. I just love her. Her personality, her way of living, isolated, alone, in the desert, with her animals. And in 1966, she was visited on the ranch, on Ghost Ranch in New Mexico, by the photographer John Lungard. And I found this little bitty article in a magazine, and I knew her already and I adored her already, but I didn't know about this book and I had to have it. And so I got the book. It's full of black and white photographs by John Lungard, and he visited her on the ranch, as I said, in 1966, and taking great footage of her. But she herself was also a photographer. She was not only a painter. She's famous and known as a painter, but maybe it was her hobby, just like mine. I'm a full-time painter, but my hobby is photography also. And so we have just another thing in common. There are quite a few things I have in common with her. And maybe this is why people fascinate us so much, when we see that they have a lot of stuff in common with us. And the Addison Gallery will have an exhibition of her photographs, like this one here. We see the Chrysler Building in New York City. She made the photograph from the window of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. There's some stains on it because this picture was taken by her in 1938. But no problem, this needs to be like that. Here we have the northern corridor in the patio, the cane fields. I also printed out some text material announcing the exhibition to come in February. And I want to make an art journal integrating all these photographs made by Georgia O'Keeffe, all the text material, which will serve maybe as good collage material, and as well to have the information and to read about what this is all about. And this is another photograph of her, or taken by her, these macro flowers, which she got famous for painting them. And there she is holding the camera. I wish I knew what kind of camera that was. I would love to know. And here's some more text we will use in the journal later. And this is a very characteristic and very well-known photograph and motif of her own paintings. The ladder standing on the studio wall. And all of these footage material I will use in the journal. Here she holding a stone, which she was a collector of stones, just like me also. Another thing we have in common. And I will go, here I was writing down in 1995 when I found this book. I wrote down, really beautiful. She was only when she was getting older, or when she was old. In case you don't know the book, here I will just show you real quick a little look inside. So she is walking with dogs. She had chow chow dogs. Here she's laughing. Look at them wrinkles. Isn't it cute? I just love old people, old women. I love them. Here she's with the chow chow. And on the right hand side, see her face. This is just the landscape in the desert. It's just a face landscape, really. Awesome. And this light falling on her face, adorable. She looks a little bit like my grandfather, though. Here she's looking through her files. And here she has the little rustles, I don't know how you call these, which the snakes have, making the noise. She was collecting them in the desert. Here's parts of her studio. And this picture in particular, I love a lot. You see the chow chow on the bed, and you have this mobile hanging down the ceiling. And I'm just looking for an angle to paint this, because we're gonna paint this later. This is her brushes, some tools, and the flower. More tools, a painting of hers. Look at the view. And I'm thinking about this door, maybe we could use for the front cover. Not sure, I'll think about it. Yeah, you can see the desert. And here is some writing about what she said in the interview. Because John was making her photographs, but also they were talking, and she was stating a couple of things. One of the things she said, for instance, was that she loves humans, she loves people, but she prefers the world without them. I love this picture there. This is awesome. Look at the sun, look at her, the shadows cast here. So beautiful. I'm checking if this could be a nice front cover. I would have to make a copy of the page and make it smaller to fit her all in completely. But later on I choose another picture. Here she's sitting on the roof on Ghost Ranch. And this is the adobe house she was living in. It's just awesome. And look at her on the ladder. Wow. One of the dogs. Patio. And these walls and all the... Oh, this is just beautiful. Taking care of the dogs, and here the bones and skulls. She loved bones. She said when she came to New Mexico, there was nothing, no flowers, no plants, really, no nothing. So she painted what she found, and there was dead animals, bones and skulls and all of that. And here she's walking. And you see the cross right there, the shadow? This is the little cross that some donkeys do have on their back. And it said, I don't know if it's true, but it said that there was the shadow of Jesus Christ's cross that was falling on the donkeys, and ever since they have to carry a lot of weight. Don't know if this is true. And look at that, with the light, contra light, and the dog, and that tree, the clouds, the perfect picture. And there she is in the desert. And this is how it looked back then. I hope it still looks like that today. I hope. Just vast, vast landscape and a lot of sky. A lot of sky. And here she said, I underlined that she never feels sorry for things that have passed by. So this is my beloved book. I took with me in all the countries and all the cities, and wherever I was, I had the book. And this was the original cover I wanted to use from one book. I don't even remember what it was. I covered with gesso and I had it prepared. I have a couple of covers prepared for use. And I printed all these pictures and text. I printed the exact size for this journal cover. But then when I started folding the mixed media paper, 6 sheets, they were so thick. Here you can see 250 GSM, A3 format, really strong paper. And this is by Clairefontaine. Should be good paper. I use it a lot. But later on we will have some trouble with the tape, taking all the paper fibers off. But still, and I thought I will take it like it is, and I will just do the binding on the back, a visible binding, and glue the front and the back board to the first and the last page of the paper, and do a visible binding, and that's it. So this one, no, we say goodbye to this one, and we will bind it like you see it now. And I feel like binding it instantly. I really can't wait, but then this is not at all practical. If we now start gluing things in there, painting in there, and all of that, and then we shall how can I say? I think it's easier to bind it when all the pages and all the spreads are done. That's the best way to put it. I would love to do it now, but we will glue the first page on here. Yeah. It's a bit difficult for me because, guys, this is my first voiceover that I'm doing. I never did that before. But I have some English people and some Spanish people that are waiting for English videos, and I'm doing many German videos lately. And I cannot do the same video twice, once with English language and then with German. So I'm doing the German video, and I'm trying to make an acceptable job on doing the voiceover. So please bear with me. And here I'm explaining that I will sew in the signatures or the spreads, but I cannot sew in the cover if we do it like this, the kind of Japanese open binding. There's no way I can make holes in the front and back cover, so I have to glue this cover on the first page. So they will be one, and the last page and the back cover. So let's see what we got. This one we cannot use in there, it's too short. I'm trying to find the suitable photograph for the cover now to fit in this window, or maybe if we put the door, then it will be a door. That will be pretty too. I'm trying to find the right size, because the Edison Gallery, when they posted the article, they had that yellow field all over the photographs, or most of them, and I didn't want to cut them off because I would have lost too much of the image. Same here. And up there, this is sky. See, up here, up to here, there's the patio wall, and where you see the yellow and the top of the picture, all which I'm covering now, all above there is blue, bright blue sky in reality. And I will color in that later. I just had to put the blue and make the letter a bit longer. So what about the Chrysler building? I'm checking. Yeah, this would be a possibility. I don't even mind that black over there. I don't mind. It's part of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, no problem. But it's very, I don't know. As a front cover image, I don't like it so much. This would be awesome. I like it a lot, and I'm almost deciding to use this image for the cover. But we'll see. We'll see. It's not decided yet. And this is just like I always do in life. If I cannot make a decision, then I don't. That would be cool too. Looks good. Looks good too. I don't know. Yeah, why not? It's not really readable, but it has a certain expression to it. I like it. So text would be a possibility, would be an option. What else we got? I'm searching for the north patio door or north patio corridor. There it is. And this is what in the end will be our front cover. I'm just checking now. We have to get rid of that yellow bit up there. And later on I printed out several different kind of ways of her name. I typed in the computer Georgia O'Keeffe, and I printed out different styles of script to cover that yellow bar up there. Still thinking about how can I make this door, because it needs some kind of mechanism to it to be opened and closed. But in here you see the exit from the patio, and this door will be the entrance. Yeah, I think if that makes sense somehow, I hope you understand. So now I'm just about to prepare to do our first spread, and I really wanted to paint this mobile thing hanging from the ceiling. I tried to find the English expression for, in German we say mobile, but like a mobile, the thing that's hanging down the ceiling, sometimes with feathers and all sorts of styles and materials. Let's call it mobile. You have seen it now, so you know what I'm talking about. So I was checking again the pages of the book. I have another book that has more of her paintings in it. I will show you in the next part of the video, because this video I cannot do it in one part. So this is part 1 now, and we will have to do a part 2 or maybe even a part 3, because I'm painting many pages, and I'm also painting the backgrounds to feature her photographs. And yeah, still again with that door. Oh, this is crooked, yeah. Needs to be corrected. But I ruined my X-Acto knife. I tried to fix it somehow. Have to look for new blades. Yeah, we will find a way. Some kind of way we will find to make this open and close. I'm sure. So, what we see now is that I'm taping down in order to prepare the first painting, and I cut it out because I made it all wrong, because I was chatting away, because the day before I was making this video, we had to say goodbye to our beloved dog Montana. She was a Newfoundland dog, a huge big dog, and we had her 10 years, and she was the sweetest and finest and most wonderful dog that you can ever think of. She was just a soul of a dog. We loved her to bits, but she was really old, and the big breeds of dogs, they don't get very old. So she was 10 years old, and the vet always said that it's a wonder that she's still living, because when she was 8, she already had problems with the hip bones, and she was in pain, and she had to have pills, painkillers to make her help walking. And lately it was getting worse and worse and worse. So, and today is another day that I'm making this voiceover now, but so it was the day before yesterday, and I called the vet, and he said he can make it only late in the evening. And I say it doesn't matter, because she looked so sad and she had so much pain. And so he was coming 10:30 at night, and we had to sacrifice her. Really, really hard to lose a dog after 10 years, but I'm sure many of you know what that means. So I was all upside down over the place when I was making this video, really. And here I'm doing the taping another time, and I'm taking a piece of tape, and I'm taping it down, or sticking it down on my thigh, on fabric, on my pants, so that it catches some fiber, so it won't glue that strongly. And I did that many times, but later in part 2 of the video, you will see when I'm done with the painting and I'm trying to remove the tape, the whole surface of the paper all around the painting is coming off. And I was so crazy and so sad and so upside down anyway, because of the dog. You will see a picture of her. I put after the quote, on the end of the video, I will put a picture of Montana so you can see her. And so I'm doing this again now. And I'm trying not to touch too much, only here the edges, so the paint won't run under the tape. And now we need to find out which part of this photograph are we going to paint. We have a very small size. See, it's narrow and it's long. So it's a long rectangle, more or less, and I'm trying to find the space to choose for the painting. The little thing down there in the left hand corner, the black thing, is like, I don't know if it's a blanket or a coat or something which is laying on the bed. So we have the ceiling here in a gray tone. Then we have this stripe, a bit darker value. Then the wall with some rectangles she painted on there, very light gray. And the black thing she painted on there, which is just beautiful. Man, look at that. That piece of whatever that is on the bed. And the black rectangle she painted, and this mobile thing hanging down is just awesome. I love that. It just makes me happy. Just to look at this makes me so happy. And these are very dark. The top ones of these objects, or I don't know what it even is, I have no idea. They are dark black. And the ones in the middle are more grayish. This one is black, as black as the top one, and these are so light, all light colors. So we have different tones of gray. Yeah. I have no clue what I'm talking now in the German video, but I think I will be starting to paint. No, okay. I prepare some sheets, 3 pieces of paper, to glue down the space that we want to paint. It's easier on the eye. And in the meantime, little Ilya is coming in and says, "Mom, I'm hungry." And I say, "Yeah, hold on, I'll be there in a minute." So I will go in a minute and make him some food. Doing a little bit of cooking. It's not easy to be an artist and a mom at the same time, I can tell you. But it's no problem. I have no problem with it because there's no rush and I have no obligation to have this video done at a special time or have the painting done at a certain date or whatever. It's all good. So I was telling him that I will be there in a minute, and because he has diabetes type 1, I cannot be now too long. I can't let him wait, because when his sugar is getting down too much, then I have to how to say, react instantly, because then he needs food. So now you have your quote